And the visitors from Finland with their big gun from the Chicago Bulls, Lauri Markkanen, in action tonight for the first time in this qualifying cycle. I'm Darren Kilfera. Really intriguing game in prospect here. Very tightly contested group, this one. You see the other game in the group already underway, that between Bulgaria and Iceland. That game at half right now. Bulgaria leading 45-43 over the team with 2 wins out of 4. Bulgaria coming into this game with 1 win out of 4. Finland also a 2-2 record alongside Iceland in the standings as of this moment. The Czech Republic on top with 3 wins and just the 1 defeat. That came in their most recent match, 76-75 at Iceland. And there you can see the standings live and up to the minute. 7 points, 6 points, 6 points, 5 points. The 4 teams so closely packed you could throw a blanket over all 4 of them in one place. And that really accents why this game here in the Czech Republic has so much meaning. From the ČSOB Pojistovna Arena, a building that holds up to 10,194 fans. Not expecting a full house necessarily here for this game, but it should be a very good atmosphere as the table toppers look to potentially clinch first place in the group and guarantee their progress through to the second stage of European qualifying. Finland could go either way. They could top the group with a win here and a strong performance in their final game on Monday at home to Iceland. But with a couple of defeats, and particularly if Bulgaria can get on track on their side of things, Finland not guaranteed of going through at all to the second stage. As you see the Finnish players being introduced, of course, the big gun, Lauri Markkanen, the 7-footer, 21-year-old forward with the Bulls in the NBA. 7th overall draft pick in the 2017 NBA draft. Drafted by Minnesota, actually, you may forget, but he was traded to the Bulls on draft night as part of the Jimmy Butler deal. He has gone from strength to strength in his NBA career. A lot of people wondered if he might be this high ceiling but low floor sort of player who might struggle to get out of first gear in the NBA, but he has shown great range and a great all-around skill set that we should see well and truly on display here in Pardubice Beach this evening. As for the Czech Republic, their 2 star players not involved in this fixture. Tomáš Satoranský, the Washington Wizard, is not in the squad for this game, nor is Jan Vesely, the former NBA player, most notably with the Wizards himself, but now with Fenerbahce in the Turkish league. Neither of them have made the trip or in the squad for the Czech Republic for this window of games. And that really does change the equation for the Czech coach, Ronan Ginsberg. He tries to put his best foot forward. Blake Schill, probably the star man alongside Jaromír Boháček for the Czechs. But before we can talk any further, let's hear the 2 national anthems. First the Finns, then the Czechs. Both anthems impeccably observed as ever. You can see a very large number of Finnish supporters have made the trek down from the Nordic region. I was about to say Scandinavia, but Finland not technically part of Scandinavia, actually. As the Czech Republic, I mentioned that loss at Iceland. It was a really weird game. They scored, the Czechs, the final 13 points of the game to rally from a 76-62 deficit. But Andre Balvin missed the game-tying free throw with 3.2 seconds left, and then in a wild sequence afterwards, Martin Križ had a chance to put back the rebound, but also missed. You see the referees in this game from the Balkans. Serdan Dozaj from Croatia, and the referees from Macedonia and Serbia. The Finns, for their part, in their most recent game in late February, that was a 75-70 win on home turf against Bulgaria. Jamar Wilson, number 31 there on your screen. He had 21 points and 11 assists in that game. He's been averaging 16.8 points per game in the qualifying cycle. He plays his pro ball with Nanterre 92 in France. Alexander Madsen, the number 20 for Finland, he plays with USK Prague in the Czech Republic. He's teammates with some players in the extended Czech squad, but no one involved in this game here tonight. Saw a quick look at the starting five for the Finns. As for the Czechs, mentioned Blake Schilb, 6'7" forward for the Czechs, and Jaromír Boháček, very versatile player, 26-year-old who has been averaging 17.8 points per game in this competition, the number 17 there in the Czech squad. Patrick Auda plays his club basketball in Poland. Schilb with Real Betis Energia Plus in Spain. Balvin with Herbalife Gran Canaria in Spain. And Lukáš Palica with Golovice in Poland, but the rest of the players all based here in the Czech Republic. Most of them with Čes Nymburk, the Czech champions every year since 2004. Basically a one-team league, the domestic Czech competition. As the Finns get ready, you see their coach Henrik Detman. He has coached the Finnish national team since 2004 alongside other club coaching duties, most recently a brief spell with Strasbourg that ended in 2016. Also previously the head coach of Germany between 1997 and 2004. He is Finnish himself, led the Germans to the bronze medal at the 2002 FIBA World Championship. And the wily old fox Detman trying to take his team, ranked 21st in the FIBA rankings, to the road victory over the 25th ranked Czechs. Again, their coach Ronan Ginsburg is an Israeli national, but has doubled up with the Czech Republic and Nymburk, the Czech champions, since 2013. He joined Nymburk back in 2011. As you see Detman and his assistants, Jukka Toijala and Lassi Tuovi, getting the Finns ready for a game that could well determine their World Cup fate. Markkanen and company desperate to get the 2 points from this contest here. And there is Ronan Ginsburg. Nano is his nickname. Longtime player for Beitar Tel Aviv between 1981 and 1995 in the Israeli league. Quick word with Martin Križ before we get underway here. Sean Huff there, 34-year-old former college player at Valparaiso in the NCAA ranks in the States. Born in Helsinki because his father, Leon, who played college ball at Drake, played professionally in Finland. More about him later, as the opening tap is won to the Czechs, and it'll be Boháček taking possession to start things up for the home team. Ruban outside, back to Boháček. Markkanen stand-up defending, but a nice turnaround J. A little bit strong, though, from Balvin. However, the first foul of the game called against the Finns. See the boxing out, better position. Bohacic had the leverage, and Huff, the first foul of the game. Sean Huff, the uncle of Ezekiel Elliott, the Dallas Cowboys running back, just finished his second year in the NFL. His sister Dawn, the link there family-wise with Zeke. Is that spot-up shot from Bohacic misses, and the Finns finally get their first offensive possession of the game. Markkanen ball handling duties on the outside as Križ whistled for the infraction. Martin Križ had 8 points and 7 rebounds in the game in Helsinki, which was won 64-56 by the Czechs. And this is Wilson outside for Finland. Guarded by Šarina. And another foul, 2 quick fouls on Sean Huff in the first 51 seconds of this game. And he's going to go straight to the bench of Henrik Detman. See him reaching in there. Not much contact with Križ, but contact it was, and so disappointing start for Huff, who had been averaging 29 minutes per game in the qualifiers. He plays actually his professional basketball in Germany with the Fraport Skyliners. As Šarina, ball saved nicely by Sasu Salin through the legs on his way out of bounds. As here's Markkanen driving, but blocked underneath. Balvin, 7'1", and showing his wingspan there. Balvin out the front court end, pops in the corner. The three-pointer is short from Pruban. Rebound snagged by Mikael Janssinen. Janssinen, the 18-year-old, seeing his first international competition at senior level here today. He's played in 4 underage tournaments. As Salin from deep misses, and Križ takes down the board. Jakub Šarina plays his club ball with BK Opava in Czech Republic. Ball underneath here, and the stop to open the scoring. Czechs get the first point of the game. Balvin, the easy slam, getting the hosts off and running. Salin. Good spot-up shooter, Salin, but this is Nuutinen for 3 missing. Markkanen, the tip attempt. Couldn't get control, and coming away is Križ. Forward, Salin, that's a charge. Good defensive positioning by Sasu Salin. Salin averaged 7 points per game this past season with Malaga. But there is the opening hoop for Balvin. Former teammate of Salin, actually, with Herbalife Gran Canaria. This is Markkanen in close. Another block shot underneath by Balvin. Now Markkanen pulls back and misses, yet to get on track in his World Cup qualifying campaign, Lauri Markkanen. And now Šarina finds Bohacic. Bohacic strong inside, lays up off the glass and in. Good move with the left hand there. Bohacic getting his first deuce of the night. Now Nuutinen, some contact away from the ball as Wilson came to collect. There's Markkanen, twice denied already in this game by Balvin. Balvin had only 2 blocks in the first 4 games combined for the Czech Republic in the qualifiers. Now he's got 2 in about 3 minutes here tonight. As Salin finds Markkanen. Not popping out for three yet. He's content to try and work inside. Now he dishes off. Three-pointer from deep is good from Jantunen. The 18-year-old off the mark in international basketball. And picks up a foul at the other end with a hand check. Jantunen with the Helsinki Basketball Academy in Finland. Somewhat surprising that he got the start here. His last international action in the Baltic Sea Cup at under 18 level. He did play in the 2016 under 17 World Cup. As that little runner from Balvin misses. And it's Markkanen happy to play point forward for the moment. Nuutinen to Salin. Nuutinen, good ball movement. Markkanen denied again the third time. The NBA star stuffed in the Czech lane, and a great move to the hoop, the finger roll in from Wojtek Hruban. A very heartening 15 seconds of basketball there for the Czechs as Markkanen nearly losing possession and now bumped. Foul, I think, will go against Bohacek. Bit fortunate there for Markkanen, not in full control. Look at the spin move there by Hruban, though, at the other end. 11.8 points per game domestically for Czech Nürnberg. Really good outside shooter, Hruban. 41.6% from three. As Wilson into the corner for the three-point attempt by Nuutinen that rattles the far iron. Hruban against Salin. Hruban again inside, laying up and in. Hruban averaging only 6.8 points per game in the qualifying process this year. Or this season, I should say. Czechs jump out to a 5-point lead. Another three-point attempt by Nuutinen, gets the kind roll. So a pair of threes, the scoring for Finland. One from Jantunen and now one from Nuutinen. Villarreal into the game, looking for the cross-court pass, finds Hruban. There's the three-point stroke I mentioned. Hruban on fire. 7 for him, 9 for the Czechs. 8 for the Czechs, I should say. Is Markkanen! Look at that! Physical presence inside and the little in-your-face gesture to top it. So Markkanen will feel better about that. 11-8 now the score. Scoreboard a little bit off-putting there. Is the little bump outside. That's going to go against Hruban this time. Little push-off signaled. Hruban impressing at the offensive end, but that time making his first offensive mistake, and with the foul, Finland back in possession. First breather for Lauri Markkanen. Jamar Wilson pops outside to Carl Lindbaum, who's checked into the game. Now Alexander Madsen, the dual Danish-Finnish national, is sailing to the hoop and gets the bucket in off the glass. Sasu Salin. Villarreal, good ball movement from the Czechs. Inside, laid up. Nice little kiss there for Patrick Auda, opening his account in this game. Salin, there's the three-pointer. That one's short and left. Rebound gathered down by Blake Schilb. And the three-pointer, Hruban at the other end. Wide open look, misses, and the rebound falls to Lindbaum. Jantunen. Never in full control of that rush forward. And Tomáš Villarreal will just pull the ball back outside for the Czechs. 3-point lead, just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter as foul called here on the perimeter against Jamal Wilson. Wilson, who led the Great Danes of Albany College to their first 2 March Madness appearances back in 2006-2007, a 2-time honorable mention All-American player in his college days. But he now goes to the bench. More substitution. First time for Huff back into the game with his 2 personals. That corner shot with the shot clock ticking down, hit off the side of the backboard. The rebound, not up and in, should have been converted, but wasn't by Martin Paterka for the Czechs. And Ilari Sepela into the game. Sepela, I should say, as Huff. Good look inside, but the rejection. Saline wanting a goaltender. That was a clean block by Pavel Pumperla, now in possession. And then with the reverse layup, drawing the foul at the other end. I think it was Newtonen inside, or rather Lindbaum, beg his pardon. Watch it here. Got it before it hit the glass, Pumperla, and then outfoxing Lindbaum, looking for the reverse lay-in. Probably should have converted it despite the bump on the noggin. Pumperla short with the first free throw, only 65% free throw shooter last season with Nymburk domestically. And a lane violation, I think, there, canceling the second free throw attempt, so Pumperla missed it anyway. Pumperla with some Spanish league experience, including with Estudiantes and Oberto Orange. As Saline the dish, the look going strong, but a block cleanly in the end as Madsen denied at the hoop by Schilb. It's a block party for the Czechs in their house right now. The Poješťovna Arena rocking at another block shot for the Czech Republic. That's 5 now in the game for the hometown team. Inside position, Huff fakes, shoots, scores. That's the best of Sean Huff. Playing bigger than his 6'6". Paterka now inside for the Czechs inside the final 2 minutes of this first quarter, and a foul by Lindbaum, his second on the perimeter. Lindbaum shaking his head. I'm not sure why. That seemed a pretty clear violation, infraction by him. Yeah, he was sliding laterally. Not much to complain about there. Maybe he wanted a foul before that contact, as the bonus 2 free throws to Villarreal, who converts the first. Villarreal back with Nymburk this past year after 4 seasons with Decin in the Czech League. And both free throws up and in for the 83% free throw shooter in domestic action. 15-12. Czechs a 3-point lead late in the first. Sepela, Huff. Forced back outside and nearly pinched, but just off the end line from the contact by Pavel Pumperla. Markkanen about ready to check back in, along with Mikko Koivisto. Koivisto into the game for the first time, the 31-year-old guard. He went to high school in Lynchburg, Virginia, played some college basketball at UNC Greensboro. Sepela out for the 3-point look from Madsen, drains it. Alexander Madsen, clean look, tie game. Vera will try and answer at the other end, didn't call bank, but contact underneath. Tomáš Víral looking a bit bewildered. Madsen, his father is Danish, his mother is Finnish. He was the best sixth man in the Finnish Korisliiga with Kuvot before moving to Prague in 2016. First free throw in from Seppälä, with both teams now in the penalty. And the Finns just inching their noses in front here in this first quarter. Seppälä drains both. The lead is 2. Víral. Peterka on the perimeter. Into Schilb. Good ball movement, swung around now. Another wild pass, that one finds Schilb. 4 on the shot clock. Schilb will have to heave one here. I think he lost track of the clock, but play continues. Got the shot off in time. The rebound stolen by Víral. That's a long distance airmail 3 from Hruban. Hruban now with 10 points already in this game. And the Czechs back in front. Markkanen had to tip that errant entry pass either up and in or off the glass, but instead, ball turned over. Czechs can hold for the final shot of the opening period. Peterka going quickly, it's short. 3 seconds left. Chance here from distance. It's off though from Madsen, and that will end it. Entertaining first quarter of basketball in Pardubice. The star of the show, Wojciech Hruban, with 10 of the 18 Czech points. One-man wrecking crew pacing the hosts to that 1-point lead after 10 minutes of action. Pardubice, this arena hosts to a lot of hockey games as well as basketball, as you get a feel for the atmosphere across the whole European qualifying cycle for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019. Coming up in China next summer, and will either or maybe even both of these two teams make it to the promised land? See the stats from that first quarter. Finland with the 3 3-point buckets against 2 from the Czechs. As we see a few highlights from the first quarter, a reminder that you can download the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 app presented by TISO from the Apple App Store or Google Play for Android devices. Get all the stats, news, and videos you need to enjoy the competition from the qualifiers through to China next summer. 80 countries, 1 app. The FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 app. There's the inside game from Wojciech Hruban. Hruban had 14 points in the first game between these two teams. Only 13 points combined in the other 3 games, although he did have 8 assists in the 89-69 win over Iceland in the first game of the cycle. Hruban averaged 11.8 points per game at Eurobasket last year in Romania, so he does have some scoring pedigree for his national team. But it will be Finland to start proceedings here in the second quarter. Seppälä, Markkanen, that's the 3-point shooter, but it's well off. Rebound gathered by the Czechs. Quick transition. Auda, that was wild and lucky, I think, in the end to get possession as a crashing Alexander Madsen down right next to the stanchion. Here's that fast break again. Koivisto did well. I think he did get a piece of the ball in the end. Madsen got the worst of that, but back up and at him as Sharina driving Markkanen in the block. Ripples of applause from the Finns in the crowd, but the foul called against Ilari Seppälä, a player who spent his entire professional career in Finland, now with Joensuu Kataja in the Korisliiga. Sharina with 8 on the shot clock. Auda. Skip pass cross court. The 18-footer missed by Ruban this time. And Madsen with the easy rebound. Space for Madsen outside. Playing catch with Seppälä. And that pass ticked away from Markkanen, who still only has 2 points in this game on 1 for 5 shooting from the field. But Henrik Detman won't be too worried as things stand. 3-point look from Madsen, that's well off. Strong rebound won by Balvin. Ruban again front court for the Czechs. Pick and roll, nicely executed, up and in by Auda. Patrick Auda with some ACB experience with Manresa. Left there to go to Poland after the 2016-2017 season was finished. Former Seton Hall Pirate in the NCAA game is Markkanen to the hoop. Nicely done off the backboard there for Lauri Markkanen. He'll feel better about that bucket as Sharina for the Czechs at the other end. Backing in Balvin. Balvin almost a set shot there as he faded away from the basket. Seppälä, another look for Madsen outside. Can't get the shots to fall now though. After hitting on the earlier 3-point attempt, he's missed a few in succession, and now the Czechs with the 1-point lead looking to build on it. Sharina dishes in the corner. Bohacic for 3, missing, and push off underneath. Balvin sinned against rather than sinning this time. That's the pick and roll perfection from the Czechs. Auda, interestingly, as we look at the long 3 missed by Ruban. Get back to Patrick Auda presently as Wilson coming forward back in the game. Wilson kicks to the corner. Now Huff for 3. That was partially blocked, I think. Ruban didn't want to take credit for the block lest he get called for a foul, but good defensive play as the Czechs quickly into their offensive set, but one-way traffic there. Bohacic denied. Now 5 on the shot clock. Bohacic driving. Is that a 3rd foul on Huff? I think it might be. Huff can't believe it. His 46th national team appearance in this game, Sean Huff. And he must once again retreat to the bench. 3 personal fouls on Sean Huff. Had 13 points in the first game against the Czech Republic this cycle, but will struggle to match that tally, riding the pine as he must be most of the rest of this quarter. As the finger roll, Ruban again showing his inside-outside credentials. Ruban now with 12. Still remains a very tight contest as Markkanen now backing into Kriege. Fadeaway shot, no. Rebound taken, up and in, and 1 for Nuutinen. There's the move by Ruban at the other end, but it's Matti Nuutinen capitalizing on the missed shot by Markkanen and sinks the free throw to tie the game. Full court pressure here. Ball nearly stolen by Salin back in the game for Finland. And then the kick out of play off Nuutinen's ample sneaker. 3 team fouls for Finland already in the second quarter. Krij has 2 fouls for the Czech Republic, as that pass probably should have been stolen by Salin, but happy just to deflect the ball into the Czech backcourt. Rebound into the corner. Sharina, the spot up 3, misses. Rebound Salin. Salin bumped, coming forward by Sharina. Bit of a needless personal foul by Jakub Sharina. And timeout taken, 6:23 left in the second quarter. Neither team can gain separation in this contest. 22 apiece in the ČSOB Pojišťovna Arena in Pardubice.
On defense, we need to communicate with the shooters from outside when you got them.
Sasso without any screen. No screen, air screen. Yeah. Sasso flash, so you get all the baseline, we get the ball, and then we move. Jos arvostaa tänne vielä 5, level vaan. Joo, level. Leikkaa läpi siitä, leikkaa läpi.
More proof that English is the international language of basketball. Both coaches speaking the lingua franca, as you see Salin with the kiss up and in. So much of this game, though, Wojtek Ruban at the center of. Ruban 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block shot as well, just for good measure. As we get back underway in Pardubice. Markkanen trying to carry the load for Finland, but can't do so again here. Rebound, though, taken Nuuttinen. He'll dribble back outside, then pulls up from 20 feet. Swish! Matti Nuuttinen. He now has 8 points in this game. Move to the hoop. Bumped on his way up was Palisa. Rebound stays at this end. Then outside for 3. Sharina misses. And good positioning for the board by Jantunen. Flings forward, wide open. The layup and in by Nuuttinen again. So he's into double digits. The first Finnish player to reach that figure. And Finland, their biggest lead of the night, 26-22. Dalvin looking inside for the runner. Up and nice roll for Martin Krij. Krij had a strong game in the first encounter between these two teams with 8 points and 7 rebounds. As Wilson way short, but he'll get his own rebound. Thought about firing again. Instead, will set things up on the outside. Wilson now backing in. 3 on the shot clock. Reverse layup up and in. Took a long time for that offensive sequence to develop for Jamal Wilson, but the payoff was worth it in the end. As Sharina now for 3. Swish. Jakub Sharina. His first hoop of the game. And the Finnish lead trimmed to just the single point now. Sharina beaten like a rented mule at one end of the court. Wilson inside, but at the other end, you make the 2, I'll make the tray.
With push. Jammu here, Kalle, Lauri, Sasu, ja Mikke. go the pick. So you dribble it, Sasu fake, and you go down here. Now Lauri comes, fake pick over here. Mikki Kulma, Kalle täällä. Sen jälkeen Lauri Sasu, down pick. Jammu hold the ball here. Kalle, Mikki.
No, one side. Yeah. Maybe they will press one side. Yeah. One side.
Few looks at Sean Huff here, but again, 3 personal fouls for him in this game. One of the Finnish star players, more than 12 points per game in the qualifiers. He, in Germany for Fraport, has shot 45.5% from three-point land. But not much for him to do in this game right now, as Wilson, the only player with more than 10 assists in a single game in the European qualifiers this far this cycle, finds Markkanen, who somehow tricks his way into the lane and gets the hoop to drop. Wilson, that was in the game against Bulgaria when he had 21, 11, and 5. Is at the other end, guess who? Hruban once more inside. Hruban now matching his best performance already in any single World Cup qualifying game this cycle with 14. Wilson kicks to Salin for 3, that's short. Rebound tipped by Lindbaum, but won by Paterka. Dribble drive up, but not in, and that's gonna count. Goaltending against Markkanen. And so Villarreal will have a chance for a 3-point play here. We look again back at that Wilson bucket. This is the relevant one. Lindbaum with the foul, and then the belated help by Markkanen. So the Czechs should be in front now, unless I'm mistaken, pending the free throw as well. Sometimes you get scoreboard clock operators in some of these countries where basketball isn't necessarily the priority sport, who are a little bit slow on the uptick in keeping track of things on the scoreboard. Not exactly an ice hockey game score, is it? Is that free throw in, and now the Czechs with the 2-point advantage, 32-30. And some full court pressure being shown here. That will recede as Salin allowed to bring the ball up court. Wilson. Madsen outside. Seven on the shot clock for Jamar Wilson. 19-footer. Can't get the roll. Rebound to Pumperla. Pavel Pumperla forward. Now Hruban outside the arc. Nicely dropped off. The floater doesn't find the net from Paterka. And Salin able to come down with the ball. Wilson quickly up. Lindbaum the shot fake. Salin will drive. Outside Wilson. Good ball movement, but to no great effect just yet. Now Lindbaum from 3. That's aired everything, missing the rim, the backboard, and any semblance of a point there for Lindbaum. Split this past season between Juventus and Lithuania, the Helsinki Seagulls in Finland, and most recently Osijek in Croatia. Czechs have the ball stolen, and mad scramble underneath. Tipped cleverly to Hruban. That was very alert play by Pumperla as he comes forward now. Whipped around to Villarreal. Tomáš Villarreal, patient play here. Now the step back 3, swish! Villarreal's first tray of the night. And the Czechs, this appears to have been awarded as a 2-point basket to Villarreal, but then the turnover, thrown away the ball by Madsen there. So inside the final 2 minutes of the first half, the Czechs trying to get a little bit of breathing space in what has been a very tight group. Bulgaria, the pre-qualifiers, have held their own, and even in their losses have kept things pretty tight for the most part. Ruban dishing off to Paliza, who was well off with that 3-point attempt, and then Saline is bumped. Saline rather forward. The foul claimed, if you want to call it that, by Villarreal. And it was his bump. Sasu Saline only 2 points in 14 minutes of action so far. 1 of 5 shooting for him. Finns on the whole 12 of 33 in this game. Czechs not much better at 14 for 35. As Wilson outside, moving in, and was that another foul on Villarreal? Trying to fight through the screen of Lauri Markkanen. That'll be the second foul on Tomáš Villarreal. Born in Weissenfels in Saxony in Germany, Villarreal has German citizenship as well. Right now, he is a citizen of the Czech bench as he goes out. Into the game comes Paliza again. And also Victor Pulpan out on the floor. Is that little leaner? Falls for Wilson, wanted a foul as well, didn't get one. Pulpan all the way, but denied by the rim, and Markkanen an easy rebound. 58 seconds left in the quarter, and the foul by Pulpan. That was needless from the 21-year-old point guard for the Czechs. Playing in his home arena, spent his entire professional career with Pardubice. Limited action for him, and maybe you can get a glimpse of why there as the Czechs take time out. Finland with a chance from the line. I believe they've just moved into the penalty, possibly to tie this game momentarily.
On offense, we play 3 down for you.
Hey, we keep it very simple. We play extra pair. Whoever is on this side with Lauri, cut through. We pass to Lauri here. We play 2-man game and we flare Masa to the corner. Not double flare.
Interesting to me that the Finns have not really used Markkanen's range yet. He was only the second ever 7-footer to make 8 3-pointers in a single NBA game after Dirk Nowitzki. That was when he had his career-high 33 points back on the 10th of January in a double overtime win over the New York Knicks. He's already scored more points than any Finnish player in the NBA after only 1 season. The previous record held by Hanno Metula with the Atlanta Hawks. It's Wilson now to the line with the score 34-32. First free throw just short, rattles out. And so the Finns cannot tie this game, this possession, barring an offensive rebound off another missed free throw. This time the iron is kind to Wilson. Pulpan forced to work his way over the half-court line. Schilb posting up. Good spin move. Will it go? No, the ball ruled on the floor, the foul rather. So Blake Schilb. Schilb has yet to miss a single free throw in international or domestic play this year. 43 of 43 in Spanish action and 6 for 6 for the Czech team. There you can see why. That his first point of the game, Blake Schill, he's only played 6.5 minutes here tonight. He's been averaging 22 minutes a game for the Czech national team in this World Cup qualifying process. It extends his free throw shooting streak, and Wilson front court with 34 seconds left in the half. Markkanen tips out Newton and looking for three, swish! Matti Newtonen, 13 points. Game is tied. Czechs can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Polpan. Is he leaving it too long? Križ. Križ drives up. Wildly missing, but the foul on Newtonen with 3.4 ticks left. Stride for stride there, but Križ will always win that foul call going strong toward the bucket like that. Some offense-defense substitutions here. Newtonen out for Finland. And Finland will take a timeout here. Maybe diagram a play after the 2 free throws are finished with.
Hey, we put press break, Jammu, and we put Lauri opposite. Then we have Masa and Sasu and Mikko here ready to shoot. So we get this action. We want to spread. Lauri, get yourself open here. We can go keep and go.
Viktor Polpan clearly enjoying his floor time in this game. But the eyes right now on Martin Križ. Signed a contract extension with Nürnberg on the 30th of May, did Martin Križ. Staying with the everlasting Czech champions. Free throw missed though. Only a 46.9% free throw shooter in domestic play this past year. And now 4 for 13 for the Czechs in the cycle, and he banks the second free throw in, giving the Czechs the narrow advantage. What can Finland do here? It's Markkanen. Markkanen off his foot, the late turnover, symptomatic of Lauri Markkanen's first half. Only 6 points for the NBA star. Matti Newtonen leading the scoring charge for Finland in that first half, but Wojciech Hruban leading all scorers with 14 for the Czechs. And it is they, not the Finns, who have the very narrow halftime lead. 37-36, the Czechs in front after 20 minutes. Some stats from the first half action. Overall, the Czechs 14 for 36 from the field. Finland 14 for 35 from the field. It's only a paper-thin difference in that category as in the scoreboard statistic that really matters. Henrik Detman will be pleased with his club's defensive performance anyway. They've given up 80 or more points in both of their away games in the current qualifying cycle. Averaging only 67 points conceded in their home games thus far. As we take a look at some of the action from this first half, Alexander Madsen, the early three. At the other end, very impressive play inside and out from Hruban. Quickly looking at Hruban's stats in greater depth. 6 for 10 from the field, including 2 for 5 outside the arc, 4 for 5 inside it. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block shot, and the 1 turnover to go with his 1 personal foul. Jakub Sharina with that 1 3-point bucket, but that's all he's had on the score sheet thus far. Good effort level being shown by the Czechs in Pardubice. Vierall, that was the 2-point shot with his foot on the line as Salin in the wars for Finland. Jamar Wilson trying to get on track. Wilson had 5 points in that first half, pretty much in line with his averages domestically, if not internationally, this past season. And the block shots from Andre Balvan, only 2 points for him, but the 2 early block shots, couple of rebounds as well in 11.5 minutes of action. But the spin move by Hruban, showcasing the talents that have put the Czechs, I would say deservedly, just in front at the end of this first half. Well, I'm going to take a quick break for the halftime interval. Join me again in 8 or 10 minutes time for the start of the second half. It's been a good game. Figures to be close all the way down to the wire between the Czech Republic and Finland here in this Group F European World Cup basketball qualifying encounter. Hello again, everyone. Darren Kilfera back with you from Pardubice in the Czech Republic. Our halftime score here in Group F. The Czech Republic leading Finland by the score of 37 points to 36. And this the second game in Group F action today. The first game, very close finish, and it went in favor of Bulgaria over Iceland, 88-86. So that home win for Bulgaria really mixes up the pot in Group F. Bulgaria and Iceland now both with 2 wins and 3 losses. And we could have a situation in this group where if Finland wins, Finland and the Czech Republic would both be on 3 wins and 2 losses, and you could theoretically end up in a situation where everyone finishes with a 3-3 record at the end of the group stage. And then you'd be looking at tiebreakers and all sorts to see who would advance to the next stage of European qualifying. The flip side is that if the Czechs win this game, they would be clinched the top spot in Group F, as they would have a 2-game advantage on the rest of the group. And then it would be a 3-way duel for the final placings in Group F in the final day of action. Monday, Czech Republic hosts Bulgaria and Finland hosts Iceland. No matter what happens in this game tonight, it will be all to play for at least 3 of the 4 teams in the final day of qualifying. And in fact, even if the Czechs have clinched first place in the group, they still want to carry these wins over to the second stage, as that is the nature of FIBA World Cup qualifying. Every game matters. Sometimes every point can matter when you start looking at tiebreakers. And so let's see where we go here with this contest heading into the third quarter. Again, Finland, the 21st ranked team in the FIBA rankings, marginally behind the 25th ranked team, the Czech Republic. And this is Blake Schilb with the ball front court for the Czechs. Schilb pulls up from 3. It's short, as one of the Finnish players on the perimeter went down. I think it was Markkanen. He's back up in sprightly fashion, though, as Jamar Wilson backing in was Newton, and instead Wilson for 3, and that one straight through the hoop and in for Wilson, up to 8 points in this game. Finns edging in front to start the third quarter. And now Fruban. Fruban fishes outside. Wide open 3-point look is short there from Križ. Rebound fought for, eventually won by Newtonen. So the Finns, promising start to this third quarter. Again, backing in Newtonen. It's Salin. He'll pull back from 3. It's short. Rebound bodied out of the way was the rather slight Mikael Jantunen. 6'8", but only 192 pounds, the debutant Jantunen. And then Newton into the other end with the hand check on Tomáš Villarreal. Half-court trap there, but worked out nicely, and Schilb has to pull outside with the pass. And then a wild possession turns over to Wilson. That was the worst of Patrick Auda there, losing control. And now Fruban back at this end with his second personal foul of the night. See Salin trying to barrel his way to the bucket. Sean Huff still on the bench with his 3 personal fouls, picked up at the 7-minute mark remaining in the second quarter, as now the foul drawn against Schilb. Blake Schilb played his NCAA basketball at Loyola of Illinois, 3-time All-Horizon League first-team player. Loyola, of course, very much in the news this past March Madness cycle, reaching the Final Four. Team from the city that this man now plays in, Lauri Markkanen. Second free throw, like the first, I thought that was going in, but instead it hit the iron a few times and went out. So the finish lead is 3. Auda picking up his dribble a long way out. Schilb. Quick release, the foul on the 3-point shot from Hruban. Saline a little bit too slow to the perimeter, trying to guard the quick release of Wojtek Hruban. So a chance here for Hruban going to the line, as you see Pavel Pumperla checking back in place of Patrick Auda. Chance for Hruban to tie the game with 3 free throws. Makes the first. Makes the second. A couple of players hadn't realized it was a 3-point shot on which Hruban had been fouled. And he makes the third. Still perfect from the free throw line tonight, Hruban, and this game is leveled up, 40-40. Saline, good look. The cutter is Newtonen. Great dime there, and then the steal. Wilson pulls up, going it alone, but can't get the roll. Nearly got the foul, crashing into Vieira, looking for his own rebound. Schilb turning into the ball handler in this third quarter, going it alone this time. Schilb strong to the hoop. And again, this game is tied up. And a turnover there as Wilson out of control right in front of the Czech player bench. Vieira now, along with Hruban, the backcourt for the Czech Republic. Schilb pops outside against Markkanen, long way from the paint. Schilb tries to shoot over Markkanen, but the wingspan of Markkanen deterring that shot. Still, rebound plucked by Hruban himself, and Vieira now working against Wilson. Strong drive, the body contact made there as Martin Križ moved inside. Third foul now on the leading scorer for Finland in this game, Matti Newtonen. That's a bit of a worry. So Newtonen joining Huff on the bench with the 3 fouls. Carl Lindbaum also with 3 personals for Finland. Jaromir Bohacik, the only player for the Czechs with 3 fouls. He has been very quiet, and rightly so, in this game. Only the 2 points for Bohacik as Križ bricks 2 free throws, and Huff back into the game. Nearly had the rebound swiped off of him by Pumperla, but instead, ball out of bounds. As the full court pressure feinted at by the Czechs, but Saline easily enough comes front court and drops off to Wilson. Aggressive defending on the outside from Pumperla. Saline now. Markkanen looks promising. In the lane, Huff rattles off the tin and the glass and in. So Sean Huff with 4 points now. A risk worth taking by Henrik Detman, the Finnish head coach. Get Huff back into the game as the body contact. Wilson thought he had position, but never looked fully in control of his balance there, and that's probably the reason that the foul was whistled against him. Shield the crossover. Kicks outside to Vieral for three. Czechs inch back in front by 1. Lindbaum back into the game with his 3 personal fouls as well now. Wilson pulls up for 3. Short. Rebound tipped backwards towards Huff. Did very well. Pinballing off his legs the rebound, but Wilson kicks to the corner. 4-3. Did not go in from Markkanen, and then a foul as players jostled for the rebound. Pumperla wound up on his backside. And is that Lindbaum's 4th? I think it is Carl Lindbaum whistled for that foul. So Lindbaum hasn't even played 6 minutes in this game and has 4 personal fouls. Still on the court for the moment. As the Czechs already in the penalty here. That was an off-the-ball foul, so Pumperla to the line. Both free throws coolly dispatched. And so Finland again will be hassled in their own end of the court. Huff to Lindbaum, still in the game. Saline in the corner, the 3 from Huff, swish! That's what they want to see from Sean Huff. Great 3-point shooter. Other end though, Kriege strongly up. Outbodied Saline, who would not want to be defending in the paint in a situation like that. So here's Lindbaum hither and thither. Back outside to Seppälä. Lindbaum running one-hander off the side of the backboard. Pumperla now forward in transition. Kicked outside, Schilb, good shot fake. Wormed his way into the lane and got the floater to fall. Nicely done, Blake Schilb. So the Czechs with a 4-point lead. Schilb now with 6. Markkanen backing in, the teardrop fadeaway not in. Rebound off the rim, but Schilb picks it up. Looked like a push off there by Bohancic back in the game, but no foul call, and the 3 missed. Saline, pygmy amongst giants, pulls that rebound down. And once again, Markkanen trying to get offensively on track. Fadeaway is good. He's got 9 now, Lauri Markkanen. Keeps the Finns firmly in touch with the Czech Republic. Two-man game outside, and then Markkanen with the body bump on Kriege. He'll go to the line again. Not the worst player to foul. Kriege only 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. Again, a sub 50% free throw shooter. That was the great shot fake from Schilb against Lindholm with the 4 fouls. And now the nervous moments for Krij, retucking his shirt into his shorts. Some gamesmanship, I think, here from the Finns. Krij forced to think about these free throws a little bit longer. Missed the first. Saw it coming, didn't we? Rebound pinched by Sharina after the 2 misses again from Krij. 1 for 6 now. The big guy. Krij now going inside. Outside Bohacic for 3. Got it. Jaromir Bohacic as Seppala fouled by Sharina, bringing the ball forward. Great rotation there. Picture perfect textbook form from Bohacic. Averaging 17.8 points per game, Bohacic in the qualifiers. Is that 3-point shot short from Kobe Visto? Rebound though outside. Good look there, and easily up and in by Newtonen. He's back out with the 3 fouls, and now the 17 points as down goes Madsen for Finland. Foul is called against Alexander Madsen. There was the nifty stop, let him fly right by maneuver there by Newtonen. And should that have been a foul on Schilb? Well, you be the judge at home. Again, Schilb perfect all season, both for his club side, Real Betis Energia Plus in Spain, and for his national team. And the commentator's curse does not strike. The Czech lead is again 5. Just over 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Still anyone's guess as to which way this game will go. Huff outside. Huff driving. Huff dishes off. High off the glass. No. Rebound fought for. Taking Newtonen up hard and in. Matti Newtonen cannot be stopped offensively right now. Ruban the other end. 4-3. Ruban with 20. Czech lead is 6. It's been a close game. This is the biggest lead for the Czech Republic tonight. And look at that move in. Strong Madsen. The dish from Seppala. Pretty as a picture. Bohacic now in. Wildly misplaced that shot. Huff now. Stalling for time briefly. Off to Newtonen. Seppala. Newtonen back to Seppala. Clock ticking down. Seppala. Ooh, misread the move toward the basket from Madsen. If he read it right, that would have been a backdoor special, but instead it's just a turnover. That was the earlier dime from Seppala. Unstoppable, that maneuver by Alexander Madsen. Bohacic looks firmly in command as the Czechs look to extend their lead with half a minute left in the 3rd. Ruban, fade away, yes! Ruban now with 22 of the Czech Republic's 61 points, as Finland will play for the final shot of the quarter. Seppälä nearly loses the ball. It's well outside. He's got to fling it up. He does so. Bank shot, no good. And good defense from the Czechs to close out that third quarter. The Czechs led by 1 point at halftime. They lead by 6 points at three-quarter time. 61 for the Czechs, 55 for the Finns in the ČSOB Pojišťovna Arena in Pardubice in the Czech Republic. Another reminder, don't forget that you can download the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 app presented by TISO from the Apple App Store or Google Play for Android devices. Get all the stats, news, videos, highlights of every game that you need to enjoy the competition from the qualifiers right through to China next summer. 80 countries, one app. The FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 app. Quick look at the stat sheet. Hruban leading the Czechs with those 22 points and 3 rebounds. Then you have to go all the way down to Tomáš Vieira with 10 points. 34 rebounds for the Czechs as a team against 33 for the Finns. Not much difference there. 15 assists for the Czechs and 17 for the Finns. Decent ball distribution from both clubs here, both teams. For Finland, Matti Nytinen with 19 points, 4 rebounds, and the 3 personal fouls, which could yet loom large in this game. Lauri Markkanen, 9 points and 5 boards, but that's a slim return on the expectations invested in him by Henrik Detman and all the Finnish supporters who've made the journey here to the Czech Republic this evening. A lot of looks on his face like that throughout this game. And the Finns will start the fourth quarter, trailing by 6. Let's see what happens from here. Wilson, far side, Salin's shot might have been impeded. Rebound falls kindly. Wilson outside. That was definitely deflected. And the ball was off the end line before Markkanen could retrieve it. Again, good perimeter defense from the Czechs. Done very well in frustrating the Finns from outside. Only 6 of 24 from three-point lane. From three-point land, I should say, as that rolled a kicked ball against Jakub Šerina, which I'm not quite sure about. Watch it here. It's off the knee. Yeah, I don't like that call. It's been a pretty well officiated game, I have to say, but maybe not so much there, as that entry pass looking for Markkanen goes back off of Markkanen's foot. Good hustle play again defensively there from the Czechs. That was Pumperla forcing the mistake. Czechs looking to build on their biggest lead of the game. Three-pointer, Bohacek. That's an air ball, but taken down by Hruban. His fadeaway finds the bottom of the bucket, sure enough. And guess who? Wojtek Hruban with 24 now. Markkanen stripped. Pumperla lays it in. And a timeout taken quickly by Henrik Detman. Warning signs all over the floor for the Finns now, as Pumperla, let's call that a slam dunk, or a stuff at least, not a lay-in. Good steal from Pumperla. He peaked with the Czech Republic, Pumperla, at Eurobasket 2013, averaging nearly 10 points a game for the Czechs.
Go back to defense. Execute on offense.
It's the voice of Sean Huffy here there. You wonder how difficult it is for Lauri Markkanen to readjust to international basketball. Played in Eurobasket last season, did Markkanen, 19.5 points per game, nearly 50% from the three-point line. But the Czech lead up to double figures for the first time in this game right now. Shob having his way with the slender Mikael Janten in there. As we see Jamar Wilson again in possession. What can the Finns do from here? Still time left in this game. Markkanen double teamed, forces up. Not a good shot from the Chicago Bull. Maybe he's rusty. He did not make the playoffs with Chicago, of course, this past NBA season. Trying to stand firm defensively here as the ball pops out to Ruban again. 26 for Wojtek Ruban. That could have been a turnover by Wilson, mishandling, but allowed to continue the play. Markkanen again. Markkanen solo fadeaway is in over Pavel Pumperla. Not the best look for Markkanen, but he's got to, must feel like he's got to drag Finland on his back here the rest of the way. It's a big responsibility for a young guy. Remember, he's only 21 years of age. And that's a travel on the outside, not a foul on Koivisto as it looked like it could have been. You see Jaromir Bohacek there. His older brother Petr, also a big guy, 6'8", actually 3 inches taller than Jaromir, plays in the Czech NBL for Nova Hut Ostrava. Markkanen again, this time with position, and the foul on Pumperla. That'll be his first of the night. Look at the physical play in the paint. Markkanen must appreciate the wider lane in international basketball, FIBA rules relative to the NBA. Sahlin outside. Markkanen inside, but off of his fingertips. And here's Virau. Czechs looking to push the lead up, keep the tempo slow as inside Balvin strong. Fouled, I think, by Koivisto. Czechs would be very happy at this point to bleed the shot clock down as much as they can before moving to the hoop like Balvin did there. Second foul it was on Mikko Koivisto. Trying to play in his second FIBA World Cup next summer as the 63% free throw shooter gets the first of the two to go. Balvin played Euro Cup basketball with Herbalife Gran Canaria this past season. And second free throw in as well. Finland must push the tempo to the extent that they can in the rest of this game. They trail by 12. Koivisto finds Sahlin, shot fake. Back Koivisto again for three. Got it! Over the outstretched arm of Balvin, outside. And then Sahlin in the way defensively. So big bucket there from Koivisto. 27.7 points per game for Salon Vilpas in the Finnish League Koivisto this past domestic season. And that ball nearly broken up and taken by Koivisto, but couldn't quite reach out to keep the ball in play. Viral now flips across the crease. That's a travel surely, and is dragging the pivot foot. The cardinal sin. You can get away with a lot of traveling once you've stopped before the referees will call the whistle, but the moment that you lose your balance on the first stop, that is curtains. And so the Finns, a couple of good stops. Koivisto the three-point bucket. Let's see what Wilson and his compatriots can do here. Koivisto again. Good look, good shot, well in. And what do you know, 69-63 the score now. Mikko Koivisto coming to the party. 2 quick threes, his only points of the game, these 6 points scored in quick succession. And suddenly we have a basketball game once more. Madsen backing in, giving Koivisto plenty of time for the look.
After that, the shooter will switch. Okay? Be ready for it. On offense, we play 2. Use the side pick and roll first. Okay? Haydi, come on. Go. 1, 2, 3. Play aggressive the ball.
Hey, they're switching a lot, so if they switch the down screen, dive to the basket. Come on now.
You can feel the intensity in that Finnish huddle. The stakes of this game are so high. Finland with the win goes joint top of Group F with the Czech Republic on 3 wins and 2 losses. But if the Czechs win, there's a 3-way tie for second place with 2 and 3 records. Finland, Iceland, and Bulgaria. Right now the Finns looking decent as Wilson can't believe he was just called for the foul there. His 3rd of the night. He did contact the body of Fruban there, I think. Reaching around with the left hand. Second team foul on Finland in the 4th quarter. As here's Bohacek. Dipsy doing his way into the lane, and look at the finish. Big bucket from Bohacek. Stemming the finish, tied somewhat. Already down to 6 on the shot clock. Wilson goes it alone and then kicks the ball out of bounds. Yes, well signaled. Again, Wilson complains, but without any foundation to do so. Villarreal lost forward to Bohacek. Ruban off to Pumperla. Pumperla, that's wild and crazy, but saved nicely. 5 on the shot clock. Villarreal has to fling up a prayer. It's short. It was tipped off the rim, but not the top of the rim. That will be a shot clock violation. Villarreal shakes his head as Madsen checks out. That's Markkanen back in, presumably for the duration. As Newtonen on the court, backcourt with Wilson. 8 points the Czech lead. Markkanen bodying up Pumperla just at the edge of the paint. 3 seconds left. Quick shot needed here. The running one-hander is in by Nuutinen. Unorthodox but effective from Matti Nuutinen. He's got 21 now. Bohacic outside, less than 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Bohacic, the pull-up three, that's off. Salin towered over by Ruban for the rebound, though. Salin had the position, but not the length. Ooh, nearly a dragging pivot foot there by Viral, who manages to bank the ball home. Might have gotten away with the turnover there as Markkanen then taken out. Cleaned up by Pumperla there. Pumperla now with 2 fouls on the game. Watch this drive by Viral again. Well, you can't see the feet. That was the key part of that for me. Did he call bank? Give him the benefit of the doubt from there as Pumperla wiping Markkanen out. Salin for 3, the rainbow in! Sasu Salin with 5 points now. The Czech lead is 5. Was as big as 12, remember. Skip pass just about finds Bohacic. Driving but losing out to Koivisto. Right place, right time. Now Wilson as Koivisto bumped. Physical play from Viral, maybe frustrated at the way that previous possession had gone. 3rd team foul in the fourth quarter for the Czech Republic. Well, I think that was just a misjudgment rather than anything more sinister than that. Blake Schild back into the game. As the Finns trying to cut further into this Czech lead. Salin outside. Inside Markkanen. Foul on the ground. So they will reset the shot clock as Ruban picks up his 3rd personal. Well found Markkanen there by Salin. Wilson just gets the ball in before the 5 seconds were up. Wilson, nice move and can't get the bunny in. That should have gone in, should have been a 3-point game. And instead, Ruban at the other end just calming things down. 2:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ruban right past Markkanen, but the rim denies him. Wilson the ball. Finland in transition. Outside for 3, Nuutinen! The Czech lead down to 2, and who saw this performance coming from Matti Nuutinen? Only averaging 6.5 points per game in the qualifying cycle. Plays his club basketball with Pitești in Romania, Matti Nuutinen. But here he is with 24 points on 10 of 14 shooting. And Finland right back in this game with 2 minutes left.
Then when we go down to the end, we go to Nyrkkihelmi. Hei, sitten kun se odottaa jammu, voidaan, jos vaihdetaan Nyrkkihelmi jossakin.
The Czech fans trying to make some noise, get their team back onto something approaching an equilibrium here in this fourth quarter. led by as many as 12. The lead now down to 2. The drive interfered with, then the attempted putback by Schilb also denied, or rather Jakub Širina outside. And that three-pointer blocked, and Markkanen wanting the ball. I think he's got it as well, Lauri Markkanen. Širina, 6'1", no chance to get that ball over Markkanen, and Markkanen, you see what this means to him. Forces the turnover, and the Finns can tie or take the lead here inside 2 minutes to go. Shooting well, 36% from 3 in this game. Wilson to Markkanen. Long way from the hoop outside. Salin lobs the ball into Markkanen. He goes down. And we have a jump ball here with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Markkanen wanted a foul there, surely. Was he allowed to come down, Markkanen? I'm not sure he wasn't. If he went down, is that not a travel? Surprising. It's a Czech ball, the possession arrow pointing their way. That'll flip back to the Finn side, but the important thing is the Czechs have the lead and the ball here late. 65 seconds left. Hruban, guess who? It's in! 28 points for Wojciech Hruban. Timeout taken. 1:01 left. Defensive coverage is blown there, I think, as Salin, I think, was supposed to provide the weak side help. You see Newtonen was stranded. Salin, after getting picked out of the play, couldn't recover. So many games in this group have come right down to the wire. The Czechs lost their last game by 1 at Iceland. Before that, they won by 2 at Bulgaria. Finland, both of their last 2 games decided by 5 points or fewer. Remember, Finland missing some of their key players for this contest. Petteri Koponen not involved, the Barcelona player. Eric Murphy not dressing for this game. Antti Kanervo also out. But the players on the floor acquitting themselves well as Wilson finds Markkanen. Has to be Markkanen. The step back, got it! Markkanen now with 13. Can the Finns get a stop here? Hruban switched onto by Markkanen. Markkanen sticking with Hruban, but he pulls up, misses. Markkanen the rebound. 33 seconds left. 10 seconds the difference between shot and game clocks. Wilson, though, slowing things down. Wilson able to drive on Pumperla. Rejected! Czechs don't need to take a shot. And the foul there, committed by Koivisto, theatrically down to the ground, looking for the unsportsmanlike foul there. You see this drive by Wilson again. Pumperla, the wingspan, getting the ball before it hit the glass, and Wilson. Finland would have liked the one-on-one matchup, but not the specific matchup with Pumperla there. It was Križ who went swan diving down to the court. And with 11.4 seconds remaining, another timeout taken.
Too simple, okay? Too simple. You will take the ball out, okay? You will come. You come to it, okay? Yes, you go on in. Two down. Okay? Two down.
Mennään samalla. Joo. Hei, koittaa trappaa eka. Sitten pitää rikkoa sen jälkeen, jos ei saada. Koittaa double team the first one. First we try to double team, and then we put them on the...
So the important factor to note here is that it was only Finland's third team foul of the quarter, so the Czechs must inbound. And the Finns must throw everything they can here defensively at the Czechs. Newtonen guarding the inbounds play. Watch for Schilp to pop backwards here. Set up a screen. Ball delivered. Holding it for rebound will just go up and in! The crowning glory in this game for Wojciech Hruban has fouled. I think we had a clock malfunction of some sort here. But Wojciech Hruban, 30 points now tonight. Salin was trying to foul him, but instead, well, just go to the hoop myself. Take care of business the old-fashioned way. Now the question, did Pumperla push Salin there? Finns might well have a case for the offensive foul against the Czechs. And we're going to have to go take a look at the replay to determine what the clock situation should be. For all intents and purposes, this game should be just about over, because there were barely 7 or 8 seconds left on the clock when Hruban went up with the ball and in. You see there 8 seconds left, 7.9, and then the clock never started. That was the problem. Finland continued, brought the ball up court. Unless they call timeout, if that's why the clock has stopped. I don't think that's what they should be checking. They should be looking at how much time expired as Finland brought the ball forward. So I think that whole sequence is not going to count if I'm reading the tea leaves correctly here.
Lauri down pick for Sasso full speed. Jammu. Good back screen. Try to make him chase. So Lauri baseline out. Massa same time pop. We lob it for Lauri. When Lauri catches it, Massa full speed screen to Sasu here and pop. Kato toi syöttö.
Yeah, so Finland have called a timeout. As you see, the Czech scoring dominated by Wojciech Hruban. 14 points in the first game away to Finland in the second round of games in the qualifying process. 13 points in the other 3 games combined, so he's now topped his entire output from the first 4 games here in this one evening. And you see 8.2 seconds put up on the clock here. They must score quickly. The inbound pass to Markkanen. Loses the ball, but just about to Salin. A wild 3 attempt. Off the rim, no. Rebound up, not in. Ball taken down and fouled there, Bohacic, but has time expired? I think maybe it has. Either way, the Czech Republic definitely winning this Group F encounter. And look at the celebrations. The game is indeed over, and Finland falling into that second place tie with Iceland and Bulgaria with a 2-3 record. The Czech Republic wins Group F in FIBA European World Cup qualifying. And see what it means as well to the Israeli head coach Ronen Ginsburg of the Czech Republic. He is a competitor. And his team did him proud here tonight. Great fight back from Finland in this fourth quarter. Markkanen 13 points, 7 rebounds, but probably short of what he would have expected to deliver to his national side tonight. Matti Nytinen, the scoring star for Finland. He and Markkanen, the only 2 players in double figures for the Finns. Only 2 players over the 10-point mark for the Czechs as well. Viera with 12, Hruban with 30. This was not necessarily the way that Ronen Ginsburg expected this game to evolve, but Wojtek Hruban was feeling it all night. He played 34 minutes, 12 of 18 from the field, 3 of 6 from behind the arc. 5 rebounds as well. Joint top rebounder for the Czechs in this game. Markkanen leading all rebounders with 7 in this game. A lovely sight to see there. That's Martin Križ with child, as it were. Both of these teams shot 44.5% from the field. Difference really at the free throw line. The Czechs got to the stripe 22 times in the game, the Finns only 7. And the Czechs converting 15 free throws to 5. And there's the young daughter of Blake Schilb. Mommy in the crowd as well for this transplanted American Czech. Schilb born in Rantoul, Illinois. As you see some final statistics, Wilson, the dimes leader in this game with 6. And takes his qualifying cycle total up to 38 in the 5 games played. He only averages 2.2 assists per game for Nanterre, 92 in France, his domestic club. Wilson, just the 8 points offensively, though. That's far short of where he has been in previous games for Finland and where he would have wanted to be here tonight. Sean Huff also very much absent for the most part. Only 13 minutes and 7 points for him. 3 fouls in the first 13 minutes of the game for him, and although he never committed another one, never really got back into the flow for Finland offensively. Sasu Salin a disappointment with only 5 points on 2 for 9 shooting across the board. It was a game dominated by those 2 scorers, Nytinen for Finland, Hruban for the Czechs. And the Czech Republic hosting what should on paper be the weakest team in the group, Bulgaria, Monday at 6 p.m. local time in the Czech Republic. You would think they should be able to sail through to the second stage of qualifying with 5 wins out of 6 and set themselves up very nicely for a possible appearance in China next summer. Well, as we let this highlight montage roll out, we will sign off from Pardubice. I'm Darren Kilfera. Really good game in the balance into the final minute, but in the end, the Czech Republic emerging 77-73 victors over Finland. So long, everyone.